Hi guys, my name is Benny and welcome to Conversation with Innovators. So today's episode is reaching you from Tony's farm, Bahrain, in Yenagoa, capital city of Bayelsan State. So let's go meet Tony. Our guest today is an entrepreneur. He's a multi-entrepreneur in the agricultural space. He's a farmer, a poultry rearer. He has been recognized for his work in food security. He is the Obama Leader 2019, Top 20 Young Innovators by Forum in 2019, Top 40 Under 40 CEOs in Africa, Top 35 Under 35 Most Outstanding Africans. Mr. Tony Owei, you are most welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. It's indeed an honor to have you here.
Same here.
You know, I find your beginning quite fascinating. Why being that you had a brief stint as a banker, then you went over to consulting in your days in Kenya, and you came over to the agricultural space, to the bush, and you have made so much success. So what prompted that move into agriculture?
Okay, so I've always never wanted to do agriculture, but while I was doing banking, I knew I was not cut off for banking.
Okay.
I knew, yeah, because it wasn't really working. I was just struggling, and I was doing the job well,
Yeah.
but I wasn't finding fulfillment anyway. So eventually, I think I was a conversation I had with my dad. Was it 2007 or 8? I was in a bank then, and he said, "What you're doing? I think you're tired. Do something else." I said, "Yeah. I'm sure I'm tired."
Okay.
So I said, "Okay, fine. Let me go for further studies." So I chose Kenya. So an American university in Kenya then, and I went. So in my sojourn in Kenya, I began to observe the environment. I saw difference. You know, when you see people in Nigeria, oil and gas is supposed to be the most affluent sector.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to get an oil contract, open a filling station,
Or work in an oil
rig,
company.
or in Chevron or Shell,
Exactly.
or Total.
Mm-hmm.
So around there, I saw that land was an emotive issue.
Okay.
So people actually wanted to own more land.
Mm.
So the more land you own, the more wealthier
And influential you are.
Yeah. So I felt, okay, there's something about land. And then they were exporting tea, exporting coffee, exporting flour.
Okay.
The flowers people give to on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
So
fresh flowers.
in the UK, they come from Kenya, some of them.
Mm.
So I felt, okay, then agriculture actually is different here. And then again, eventually, I saw that those who actually are leading these businesses as farmers who own these businesses don't look like the typical farmers that we're used to.
Back in the villages.
Yeah. And when we were growing up, what we were told was that, you know, get a degree, go to school, and then you can get a job in banking, telecoms, oil and gas, consulting, international NGOs. That's what it is, you know. And nobody thinks about how the food you eat comes about. Nobody, as if you can eat the money that you're making, you know.
Sure.
So I saw agriculture in different light, and I said, okay, there should be something about this thing. Then eventually in 2011, I experienced this African drought at the Horn of Africa then. And I saw President beg for food aid. And it dawned on me, I'm like, if you're asking another country to give you food, it means that they produce enough food to feed themselves first before they can sell or give to you.
Okay.
And then if you sell food to you, you buy international trade is in dollars. Means that dollars goes to those farmers.
Exactly.
I'm like, so why are farmers termed as people that are illiterate, that are poor on the countryside? It's not correct.
Okay.
So I started my research and I discovered that time that Africa imports food worth $35 billion
yearly,
annually, and that figure is supposed to go up to $110 billion in 2025.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, so all this money is taken out of the continent, shipped out to give to other farmers. Why don't you do something about it here? And then again, over 70% of those who are employed in Nigeria are in agriculture, somehow. Even though they are not really employed, people can categorize underemployed and so on and so forth. So I felt this is an opportunity for us to feed ourselves first.
Okay.
And while we're feeding ourselves, we will create wealth and jobs in the value chain.
True.
Now, for instance, where we are, the guys making the cages,
there
are about 6 of them. It's a business.
Yeah, welders.
They're making money.
True.
There's someone behind you.
Yeah.
His whole family relies on him for what he's doing.
Wow.
We have staff. The new guy just came, was a staff, was just employed, that just came from training. He has a wife. He has no job. Now, being employed, our policy of taking health insurance for our staff.
Yes.
His wife is pregnant, so the health insurance is covering for that birth.
True.
Those are the things that we're looking at. Agriculture can provide those kind of things for us.
Value chain.
The impact is multidimensional.
True.
And then again, for us as a business, poultry farming, there are those who produce the feed. The component majorly is maize. The grains that they use to produce the feed for chickens is produced by crop farmers.
Yeah.
So if feed companies continually function in this country, crop farmers are sure to have markets.
Okay.
If feed manufacturers continually produce, poultry farmers like us have inputs, and then they employ people as well in their businesses.
Yes.
Then they have drugs and vaccine manufacturers as well. They're also in business. They are day-old producers. They are in business.
Yes.
And then what we do, before we started this interview, I got a call of a woman who bought egg yesterday and wants to buy another one on Sunday. Now, the profit they make is what they feed on in the community, for instance. So they make up to like 20-30% profits from what we sell to them. So the value chain is so crucial.
Yes.
And then for us is feed yourselves and create wealth and jobs in the value chain. So that's my journey from banking to a bit of consulting and then to what I'm doing now.
Okay, so let's talk about how you really entered, the challenges you faced, you understand, and the lessons that you learned along the way. Okay,
so yesterday I spoke to a UN session, Food System Summit.
I should have watched it.
Okay.
Network.
And it was about young people, how they can come into agriculture. And I said, first of all, not all young people come into agriculture.
Yeah.
Not all young people will be entrepreneurs.
True.
If everybody's an entrepreneur, then I won't employ anybody to do the business for me.
Exactly.
So one thing first is, people talk about barriers to entry. And I said, barriers to entry is not only in agriculture, it's everywhere.
Every sector.
The video that has blown and singing today or whiskey.
Yes.
People who want to start singing like them have barriers to entering that place.
True.
A politician. To go into politics, there's a barrier to entry. That's people are looking for godfathers. Yes. Everywhere there's barrier to entry. Nobody will hand over anything to you. You have to go in the first place, study strategically and enter the space.
True.
So coming into the space, agriculture is wide.
Yes.
Livestock, where you have the rabbits, the snail, the chicken, the goats,
the cows, and everything.
Then we have aquaculture, the fishes, and all of that. And then we have the crop part of it.
Okay. The agronomy aspect.
Yeah. So I felt, okay, this thing is right. Choose where you start from. I chose poultry because along my research, I found out that when I started off, Nigeria was only producing 30% of our demand annually. Our national demand then was about 1.5 million metric tons.
For poultry and the products.
And we produce about 30% of that. Eggs as well, I think about 30 or 40% of that as well.
Okay.
And we import powdered eggs of, I think, about almost $1 billion annually as well too. So I felt this is a market demand. There's a need for this market, first of all. As a business person, the first thing that comes with any business is the market demand.
Yes.
It's stressful to create a demand for a product. It's easier
to just ride under the demand there already.
So that's why if you're opening a business, it's not business plan first. It's not capital first. It's basically first the market. Understand the market.
Yeah.
What is the need in the market? What do they need? If you're starting a shop in a corner shop in your street, look for what are the things that people around the street, residential areas need to buy that is not there.
True.
And you start it. So they won't have to go travel around to a supermarket to buy. They buy from you.
From you. Okay.
First. So market first. Then second, I felt the impact. The people along the value chain.
Yes.
This is good impact. And then again, the poultry industry remains one of the cheapest sources of protein. We have nutrition problems in Africa.
Yes, we do.
Eggs are cheap.
Very.
Chicken is still cheap.
But eggs is getting more expensive these days.
Well, it's getting more expensive, but still relatively cheap.
Relatively, yeah.
Considering inflation rate everywhere.
And you can eat maybe like 1 egg a day per se.
1 egg a day is nutritious to children growing up and all of that. In the last 1 year, cost of feed has increased probably by 100%.
True.
Our eggs have increased maybe by 30 or 40%.
True.
We didn't increase the price by 100% as well. It's still a bit minute.
Sure,
yeah. So I felt that was it. Let me go into this first. And then from this sector, then we can now do backward integration. We can do to other subsectors of the agriculture sector and then look at what are the opportunities available.
Okay.
But poultry first.
Yeah.
Let's start from here and then go to other sectors. That's why I started for poultry.
Fantastic. in your course of your poultry, in the course of business at Tony's Farm, you also had other businesses. You built other businesses around poultry. Yes.
Okay.
That's the e-poultry and Chicken Palace. So now let's look at the e-poultry. What really led you into taking, poultry digitally exactly?
Okay, so
something new.
I think first was when I started the first business, Tony Farms. This is the first facility actually.
Yeah.
I built this one in 2015, and it was a challenge. There's always access to money. There's access to markets and all of that in between as small farmers as well. I also face this challenge.
Okay.
Actually, the first set of chickens we raised in this farm in 2015 August was supposed to sell. I think it was in September. Yeah, we couldn't sell them. I came into the market with research. There's gap in the market. I was excited. There's business plan. In fact, if the business was actually what worked out, maybe a convoy of Range Rovers here.
Exactly.
But the thing is this: quickly adapt. We're doing business. We couldn't sell. So what the first thing I did was sit down to myself and tell myself the truth.
Okay.
If I couldn't sell, it's not a problem of the staff, it's not a problem of the market, it's not a problem of the economy of the country. It's my problem. I should be able to sell. So what I did first was I did a lot of research about the production part of it, about processing, about the business, but not about the market. So there's a market gap, and I felt, okay, let's do this thing. I went to Solid Market first of all.
Okay.
I should have a golf at that time. I put the chickens at the boot of the car and drive to Solid Market.
I'm sure I met you then.
I don't put the boot of the car. And I was talking to farmers. If I go to Solid Market now, for instance, the market women there, they're my friends, man. They know me very well. So even though I don't drive them directly again for a long time now, for 2-3 years now, people that are doing that already. So, but that time I was doing it, and there's a myth about, people tell you as a farmer coming to rear chicken, you should only rear chicken during April and December, Christmas and Easter period. Okay. And I said, farmers, come on, people eat chicken every day.
True. So
are you saying they wait to Easter, or where is chicken coming from? I felt we should be able to do this every day to be sustainable, profitable, and serve the market. And I found out about the market thing, and I was able to solve the market problem.
Okay.
A lot of farmers think it's access to money they need. In the last 1 or 2 years, there's been a lot of funding to the agricultural sector. Nicer loans, and people have taken a lot of loans, but the impact is not felt.
Exactly.
The challenge in the market. The gap that you have before the money came in is still there.
I think in my own, myopic way.
Go ahead.
What I think helped you, is that your interaction with the market people to get the myth.
Understand.
Because if you don't break that, it will be difficult to know. You can't penetrate.
So it was because of that knowledge about the market, about the business, that in 2018 we felt, okay, several other farmers had this challenge as well. So they come to us, I just connect them to market, they're going to sell. What I was producing was not enough for the market because I was hired. So when they have a farmer, when the customers come around and just tell the farmer, hey, farmer, hey, what's up? Do you have this chicken? Do you have these eggs and so on? So I have it, bring it. I introduce to the customer, I link them up and I sell. And then someone saying they have challenge of mortality, and I'll tell them, okay, come around, do this, it works. Okay, I can't produce this, but it's not profitable. Keep this kind of record, these kind of things I use. I was sharing with farmers. So I felt, okay, if we're doing this thing to make it more sustainable and more impactful, let's reach out to more farmers. And we can't do that by just this our unofficial way of doing it. Let's create a platform for them. So that was why we felt, okay, incorporate technology into this thing and try to reach more people with this solution that you already know. So e-poultry basically is just a platform where we have convergence of farmers, those who are interested in the poultry industry, as well as the market people.
How did you now start Chicken Palace?
Okay, so in 2018 we did a test of processing chicken and delivering to people in Yenagoa. It worked. So okay, fine, it worked. Okay, we had not enough chicken to sell. So we stopped. And then we're just selling privately. We don't advertise at all because advertising is putting them in problem. Because already, like this farm for instance, when it was built, we did the access road to this place. It was a bush, it was a forest, we felt rich and all of that. We never advertised in a day, but when we started producing eggs here, we didn't tell anybody we're producing eggs. People came in.
But they knew, they perceived this.
So we don't advertise. Because if you do, we are creating problems for ourselves.
You come in the demand.
The demand is Owei and production level that you have. We've always expanded. We're always expanding. Every 3 months we're expanding. It's never enough.
So sorry, what's the capacity of this particular farm?
This pen here can hold 2,000 birds.
Oh wow.
19 something. The other one can hold 2,000 as well. 2001 something. Just a bit 120 birds higher than this.
Okay.
And then this building you're seeing here as well. We'll probably check it after. It's a building house that holds about 1,500 beds at once.
Okay.
Okay. Beds will be coming here this week or next week.
The holding pen.
Yeah. So the brooding house.
Okay, the brooding house.
Yeah. The cages are different from this one. They are smaller for holding them. So when they are brooded there, about 12 weeks, about 8 to 12 weeks, they are moved from there to this place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this pen generally at a glance can hold about 5,500 beds at once. Yeah.
What I would like to know is, which farmers, is it only farmers here in Bayelsa that can take advantage of what you are doing, or across Nigeria?
Across Nigeria, but because of our own capacity as well. We currently work with farmers in Bayelsa and Rivers and Delta states.
Okay.
And also in Edo State, we work with people in Edo State as well.
Okay.
We work also with farmers in Ibadan, right? But the thing is that we look at is, for us to be able to get your product and sell on retail, it has to be in good volume.
Okay.
Because of the cost of transporting them from far away journey.
Yeah.
So at least minimum 1,000 and above.
Okay.
Yeah. So it can be 1,000 and above, or you can have. That's why we do commercial for farmers.
Oh yes.
Scheme. So one has 200, 150 come together, and then we process it. It's about 1,000 or 2,000 of them. Just buy from all those farmers at once. Okay. And they get paid within 24 hours.
Fantastic. So at what point in your entrepreneurial journey did you have that big break?
Big break.
Are we still looking for the big break?
I think the big break was in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, because after we had the episode we had in like this pen, for instance, the first time we built it was a lot of money we built and we broke. Like I used to be like the first capital we got was about $40,000 in 2014. UN grant of the Bureau Jonathan administration.
Fantastic.
I'll show you the building. That's
your house.
House, my parlor, my everything, kitchen, that was my house.
Okay.
Full time house.
Full-time house.
I lived there like every day.
Okay.
And this one was not that open. This building was not completed. This one was not completed. There was forests. I lived in the forest for a year. So I was there, and then I then moved from there to 2018, we got the hang of it. I was building teams and structures so that I could leave the farm at that point. I think that was a big break.
That was a big break.
So I felt, okay, the last time I fed chicken was 19 January.
Fantastic.
3 years ago.
How about this global recognition? Because you have so many titles, your name, Okay. So when did they start coming in?
So after the UN Awards, I
think
about 1,200 entrepreneurs across Nigeria then. The next one was in 2018. It was from African International Awards, Morocco. We got up to top 30 of those businesses. And then from then on, we also got recognition from the Bank of Industry then. There's a youth entrepreneurship program they did, selected few people that time. We got in 2018 as well. Then 2019, the things started blowing up. Yeah. The Obama Foundation, Obama
2019,
applied for that. I think there was about almost 60 or 70,000 applications across Africa.
Oh wow!
And they selected about 200 of us across the continent. We convened in Johannesburg in 2019 when there was no COVID. What was it building?
Space in Mars.
So the space is the limit.
Seriously. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Tony Owei.
Thank you so much.
Being with you and hearing you speak is like going for an MBA. Thank you for tapping into your wealth of knowledge.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So we wish many more years in prosperity and impact in the agricultural space.
When there's impact, there will be money. Money follows impact.
And money. So guys, today was something else. In fact, I have to go back and begin to take notes again. So thank you guys for sticking with me to the end and watching. So please stay tuned this same time next week for another episode of Conversation with Benny. Yay! Bye bye.